injuries, we're just going to let them time out. Same thing with everything after touchdown, so that we're all at
It's
the same
live,
time.
so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's live, so it doesn't matter.
Apparently not with Metal's game earlier. T was ahead.
Let's see here.
Apparently not with Metal's game earlier.
That's odd.
T was ahead.
Let's see here. And
Not found it
Necronomics,
quite
WesC's coming up.
I'm pulling it up right now. We're just going to pause at the very beginning.
No, just pull it up. Pull it up and get to it. It's Blood Bowl time.
Yeah, I'm loading into the game now.
No inducements for cricket, and WesC has bought himself
a wizard.
I believe this is bought out of his 200 cash, 200,000 K bank.
Yeah, that would have made sense, especially because it'll drop the TV so that Horny wouldn't have gotten any inducements. He would have gotten 40K, I think.
Did he?
With the way their team was.
He didn't cut any of his extra zombies, did he?
I think he caught one because he had 15 players and now he has 14.
One whole zombie. Okay, yeah. 3-man deep bench versus the 1-man deep bench. But Cricket's team's a little bit more developed. A little bit more stand
He's got
firm.
the claw palm, but it looks like WesC has a good guard advantage on him, so that'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
I think it's 3-on-3 guard. No.
Take a look at the amount of stand firm on each team, too. There's 3 stand firms in this game on each team. In fact, their Tomb... not the Tomb Guard, their Whites and their Flesh Golems are basically built the same, although I think Horny's got another guard over him. Ooh, that's an aggressive setup with the werewolf.
He wants that claw palm to start doing work right away.
Yeah, but there's literally 2 DPs right there.
It's a risk you have to take.
I suppose, especially if he wants to play the removal game against a 3-deep bench.
I don't know why you'd want to play the removal game against a bench that deep, though.
I wouldn't. I'd play the Agi game, but he is playing Necromantic, so not sure how great they are at that. But we're cheering for him anyways, so that we can have a rel sweep of the right side of the... Nope, it won't be a rel sweep of the right side of the bracket, but it'll be a rel sweep of the first 4 games if he wins, right?
It'll be 4 for 4 rel games, yes, if he wins. But
what is this? We usually don't even make it far in the playoffs. All of our stars get knocked out first round.
WesC's trying to end that. These are very close teams. This is a very close mirror matchup. Both have a Mighty Blow, Claw Wolf. Cricket has the piling on, which is nice. Same amount of guard. And a ooh.
I think a good part of this game is going to come down to who gets the removals on which pieces.
I actually think the bribe here helps Cricket far more than WesC. Cricket doesn't have the players to keep fouling all the time, but with a bribe, yeah.
Well, you're right. He also doesn't have the DP. Oh my god, double skull.
Straight off the bat.
Not how you want to start the game.
Now it's dangerous to have that wolf on the line.
Yep. Luckily, everybody on the line also has blocks, so everything else will also be a 1 in 36.
His ball's already secured, so there's that at least. Welcome to your playoffs. Dub Skulls to start. It's an auspicious morning for Blood Bowl for WesC.
Oh
no!
Big hit.
And that won't be the regen. There goes the start.
Well, I mean, now it's only 2 to get through on the bench. What were you saying, Miss Days? Didn't what?
Didn't the elf game earlier start with a double 1, and look how that turned out? Double one for the elves on their first action. War Dancer was out for the game. They still came back. Anything can happen in a game of Blood Bowl.
Anything could and hopefully will happen. Now the
He
wolf's
decide
free to
keep
blitz.
the wolf safe there. I don't think you'll see him running the wolf into coverage on this, but you never
No, I'm
know.
assuming the stand firm white will come for the blitz here.
Think he's gonna pile in to foul this zombie? Probably not.
Save the bribe for something more important like a wolf. I really am expecting to see this white do the blitz and not the wolf.
Yeah,
Once the ghoul's safe.
I can't see the wolf doing it. He doesn't have dodge, and it's gonna get stuck because of frenzy. So it's gotta be the white. That's gonna leave the wolf probably where he is since he's safe, or move him a step to the right. He's got to be careful though, because if he bunches up too much, then he's going to get the wizard.
That wizard is a big buy for Wes. I know he cutting the zombie evened out the TV, so Cricket's not going to get any inducements. And then just buying a wizard outright puts you a leg ahead. I think it was a good pickup.
Yeah, and an interesting thing we didn't pick up on earlier is WesC's actually put both of his ghouls off the field on defense, because obviously if they get punched, they don't have regeneration. And this is something that not a lot of Necro players actually do, because they like the speed of the ghouls for defense, but when you have this much stand firm, and you have two werewolves that can run halfway across the pitch, I think it's probably the better idea.
With the teams being as even as they are, how that wizard comes into play is going to change the entire course of the game.
It's all going to come down.
Possibly roll a bunch of ones and do nothing.
It's going to come down to the wizard for WesC, and then both Mighty Blow Claw Wolves on either side. Who can stand firm and guard? The nice thing here is for Cricket, all his guard has stand firm. It's not going to go anywhere he doesn't want it to go.
It's such an underrated skill. I want it on my blockers, except for the fact that they have wrestle, so there's no point of taking it almost. But if you have a piece like that, or I'm sure the up-and-coming Khemri, what are they? Tomb Guardians. They're all gonna take stand firm, and it's gonna be a terrible day.
It's a quick and easy pick for Tomb Guardians. Here comes the first Mighty Blow Claw Blitz. And a push.
See, I don't like that,
It's
because
be
that...
a frenzy trap here.
Let him.
That's gonna be a negative dice.
Rerolls into a push still. And now he's going to have nothing for the negative dice. And I'm assuming he lets him push. Yeah.
And that's a turnover. And that wolf is gonna get fouled.
Absolutely.
That was a play I did not agree with, and Cricket did it well. He could have got himself out of it with reroll, but just another push. He's not in a bad position, though.
Now, Cricket does have to be careful here, because he can't completely pile onto this wolf to foul, because if he does, he's going to give away too many players on a fireball. But this does let him basically roll up the side if he wants to, and it looks like he's going to do it.
Yep. That's an easy choice. So is the foul. Question is if we'll see Cricket respond with his own wolf blitz this turn. I'm assuming with all the pieces based, we're gonna see the wolf blitz.
I mean, the Cricket, if he's gonna blitz the flesh golem here, he's gonna have a frenzy trap, but it's not gonna be quite as bad. It would be a 2 dice into 1 dice.
I don't even
It's
think we'll
not
see him
quite
risk
as
that.
terrible, but I don't think he's gonna do that.
Now his cage is safe. He got the zombie out. Another stun. Now he's free to pick and choose what he wants here. I don't know if Wes was just blinded by trying to do damage or what.
Oh, that flesh golem didn't have block, so there he goes. Not sure where he's gonna blitz here, if he's even gonna use his blitz this turn. Honestly, the foul is probably precedence.
Yep, just setting up for a good foul here.
That'll be a really nice foul on that wolf.
He's really committing to it. I mean, his cage is safe. You might as well. This is a good fireball target, though, but I don't know if we'll see in this matchup an attrition fireball. It just doesn't seem worth it.
Well, when you can hit the whole cage like that, it's not necessarily an attrition fireball, but if he doesn't capitalize it on knock the ball loose afterwards, then he's in a heck of a position.
Yeah, a bit unfortunate on the bribe there. Yeah, I can't see the attrition fireball either, just because of all the regeneration. It's not as worth it as it would be against a team where you only have the 1 apothecary.
I don't hate the fireball here, because it possibly also opens up, well, no, not a surf on the sidestep wolf, never mind. A surf on the ghoul from behind if it knocks out enough people.
I mean, right before last time the fireball was used in Sage's game, Soul was telling me he didn't like that fireball. But that changed the whole game, so maybe we'll see it. If we're going to see it, I think we'll see it on the cage.
Don't hate it. It's not the best, but you're not in a great position here either, so...
He's a bit on the back foot now. He's going to have to pull back his people to get back in front of Horny. Otherwise, Horny can basically score whenever he wants, although he's probably going to want to stall. I can't see why you would want to score early against another Necro team.
This will open up the Wolf Blitz, I think. This will spread out the team and give him a better target to get a good blitz in. Gonna blitz that the white in. With stand firm.
I'm hoping he's not going to go for the other wolf again and, you know, red die himself again, because that wolf has sidestep.
If the white does come up pushes, it'll be a push into a 1 die, so you might see Cricket opt to let him do that to himself again.
So now we're getting all the stand firm pieces up in each other's faces. No one's going to move unless they want to move.
Stand firm. Most underrated skill, Blood Bowl. It's just so nice getting to dictate where the movement happens and when it happens.
With the added benefit of just being like, oh, you want a 1 turn? 3 stand firm pieces. No, you can't.
We're going to see a blitz on the white. It looks like he's really just trying to clear out guard pieces here. It's not a bad play either. You go open guard.
Get somebody on the ball carrier. Thing is, it'll be pretty...
He has stand firm. He won't get anybody on the ball carrier.
Well, I mean, he can just walk past him after he knocks him down.
If he knocks him down.
And there's a blood step wife, or werewolf there, so if he does get on the carrier, he'll be a pain.
I think he's a little gun shy after that first wolf blitz. Really checking it out.
Yeah.
All right. Here comes the
Now
blitz on the white.
The way he's positioned now makes it really easy for Horny Cricket to rotate over to the other side, though. Yeah, stand firm.
Gets the
Now
hit.
he goes down. He's fine, though.
Right back up to guard.
He's hesitating about putting that wolf in.
He's going for it. You gotta imagine
Yeah.
Cricket's gonna clear this out and then blitz the wolf.
Yeah, well, if I was Cricket, I would stand up my white piece. I would block his white, Eric the Slow, with my wolf. And then I would use my wolf to blitz his.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Because you should have 2 dices on all of those. And that's probably safer than moving your ball carrier away with the tackle.
He's gonna want to get his 3 other guard pieces up and into the fight, though.
Yep, well, he just freed up 1. Fortunately, that other flesh golem's tied up by zombies, so he's not going anywhere anytime soon.
On the other hand, those 2 flesh golems for Cricket are holding up 4 players on WesC's end, so...
Yeah, here we're going to see... Not sure I quite like the positioning of that guard piece because he's in a surfable position, but we'll see how he protects him.
Do you think we'll see another foul on this wolf when this turn ends?
Oh, we'll almost definitely see another foul. He's going to rotate his ball carrier back. It's not safe up there, and can make it even safer if he gets rid of that wolf.
Hitting the wolf with the wolf. That's good. Get the tackle going.
Doesn't need his blitz anymore. So yeah, that's probably a better play than what we were seeing.
Ooh. This is going to come down to regen.
Good hit.
Ooh, 1 point of armor. And regen. Okay, he's safe.
Regen is good.
That's big for this drive, though.
Does make that white a little safer.
All right, Hey My Hair does have tackle. I'm assuming he's going to blitz the white now. Yeah, here it comes.
Makes sense.
Gets the knockdown on it.
And this will almost surely be a piling on if he breaks armor, which he does not.
Running back, keep him safe. No.
No.
Well, I mean,
well,
yeah,
the other wolves, the other wolves are taken care of now. And Wes might have other problems. It's almost as though he wants to move his ball forward. Yeah.
With the wolf gone, he's pretty safe.
1, 2. Yeah, and that's just insult to injury right there.
Armor breaks are definitely favoring Cricket right now.
Yeah, I mean, he can get based, but as it stands, that wolf is going to get fouled for sure. I'd foul the wolf.
He's considering it. Yeah, here comes the setup for the wolf foul, I think. That's how I'd set it up. Here we go. Gets a little bit of a run up. And it's done. Cricket has successfully shut down both of WesC's wolves this whole drive. Neither has been able to do anything other than 1 hit.
Really, all of WesC's positionals, all of his good positionals are tied up. Flesh golems are tied up with people, except, I mean, there's this one free one, Little Igor, but if he tries to do anything important, he's just going to get killed by Hate My Hair. To make matters worse, one of the whites is stunned, the other white is tied up on a white and a wolf, so he's almost definitely just going to get punched the second he stands back up.
I didn't realize Hate My Hair is very close to leveling up. That could come into play this this tournament if he keeps going. Gets the hit on the wolf. No break,
I think here at this point, his whole goal is just to make Horny score while he can. He can get, 4 turns to counter score, then he'll be happy. It's getting hard to defend the ball up at that end of the field, and he's going to have a full team when he gets the ball back, so it'll be a pretty decent position to be in still.
Honestly, if he's not moving this Flesh Golem up into contact with the ball, I think he's going to foul this werewolf instead.
You think he's going to go for a foul with his block dirty player? Nope.
Nope, he moved the Flesh Golem.
And that's the right choice. You just got to make Horny nervous right now.
Yeah, I just don't see how it's going to hold him, because with one guard in this ghoul here, even if the zombie comes in, that Flesh Golem's almost definitely going to get taken down by the wolf. And honestly, with the extra movement, ooh.
I don't think he burned a reroll here.
He's only got 2 left.
Oh!
There's still another. Oh!
Yeah, I would have saved it for my drive, because he's going to end up scoring the next turn or two. And you're going to have a chance to do work.
And a stun.
This is not...
Yep, now...
Go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really easy for Horny Cricket to defend the ball now. I can't see him scoring. There's not enough pressure, especially with the failed dodge and the stunned white, and he can just keep picking on Peppy Monster all day with the fouls until it actually pays off.
He's going to be looking for damage here this turn. Once he secures the ball from the Flesh Golem, he's going to be looking to do some damage. That stun on Eric the Slow is really rough. One of the few pieces that could pressure the ball, aside from this Flesh Golem, and just out for the next few turns. Gets the knockdown. I'm assuming if we see a breaker, we'll see a piling on.
I assume either way we're see him piling on. Even a stun on this goal saves so much.
Nope. I mean, at this point, it's super easy for him just to drag the ghoul over to the other side of the pitch. There's no one who can get to him. He can bring the other werewolf after him if he really wants to be safe. Yeah.
See him clear out the line down here. The Flesh comes and go for another foul. I think it's a good play pulling the wolf over. You don't need him for anything else.
Yeah. Just in case that zombie wanted to be a hero, he's not allowed to be anymore.
Well, even just in case, even just in case he wants the lightning bolt and knock out the ghoul, right?
A little extra protection for Hate My Hair.
Ooh. It's a good thing he has. It's a good thing he has the 3-man bench, because he's gonna be down players. Otherwise,
there's no way you don't foul here. Or maybe not. Wow. Nope. Just readjusting before fouling.
Just taunting him a little bit
first. I can't see him
first.
fouling the Flesh Golem there, but
that's good. Get in better position.
Stomp on the wolf every day.
Not bad, not good. You didn't get
Honestly,
sent off?
the best thing that he can do now is just stand up that Flesh Golem and get his wolf to safety before he thinks about doing anything else. Or even just dodge the wolf away, because if he keeps taking fouls, he's going to be out eventually.
You would think so. There's really no way that he can pressure the ball either, so Cricket's in no rush to score. It's just going to be a few more rounds of damage. That failed dodge really hurt.
I honestly think it didn't hurt as much as the Frenzy Trap in the beginning. Oh, he can get a 2 dice. Yeah.
Mighty Blow Claw is not doing a thing this game for either team. Now get that wolf out. Get him to safety. What's he considering here? The dodge out or?
I'm not sure. I think you'll see the dodge out. I think you'll see the zombie move up a little bit to pretend to pressure the ball. Because you got to get...
No, he's
no dodge.
No, I won't.
Moving the zombie down the other end.
Not standing up that Flesh Golem over there is probably the best choice you could have made, because it was just going to get hit by Hate My Hair. Now Hate My Hair has to either do a few GFIs to get somebody important, or hit this zombie if he really wants to blitz with this Mighty Blow Claw this turn. I mean, he could reach Ulrich the Disappointing.
There's just no pressure on the ball now with that zombie moving back. Not that there would be a bunch either.
None at
way.
all.
So we're just going to see, what, 4 more turns of Necronomics trying to beat up on...
Yeah,
yep.
I personally feel like that's... it's an interesting choice to make. I mean, you're already losing the Bash War for this drive. You're not pressuring the ball. I mean, 2 or 3 turns is plenty of time for a Necromantic team to get down the field. So just backing off the ball entirely here, I'm not sure.
He's gonna blitz with his. He's gonna blitz Ulrich the Disappointing almost 100% with Hate My Hair.
Any guard piece removal at this point in the game is going to be big. Not for this drive, but if it stays out.
I'd argue the stand firm might be more important. Especially against frenzy pieces. He's got to be careful about the piling on here, because there are DP zombies close, but I'm sure he can play around that with the amount of strength he has here. And it's an armor break, so you almost certainly see the pile-on.
Yeah, and while there are dirty players around, they're not exactly free to get.
Ooh!
So.
Here's the regen. Oh! Oh!
That is 2 dead players.
That is a big win for Cricket in this game right here. Stand firm, guard, Mighty Blow piece out. That puts him way up in the guard war.
And those bench pieces that he had are not going to fill the hole that is missing from Ulrich the Disappointing.
Yeah, now he's just clearing those DP zombies away from his wolf. He could do a 1 dice here if he wants. I'd rather just keep my zombie standing.
1 dice it is.
And I was wrong.
His zombie's still standing. And a KO. These injury rolls are just not, and armor breaks are just not favoring Wesley right now.
No. There have been a lot more successful hits on Horny Cricket's side, though. Yeah, so he moves the zombie back to try to support his wolf and his flesh golem there. Try to win that bash war in the middle of the pitch, and it didn't pan out for him. So
and now it's snowballed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now he's got really no way of protecting his positionals. The best thing to do here, I think, would be to flee with Peppy Monster. And I mean, he's probably going to have 10, 11 players back on his drive. So save the wizard, save your players, and
Ooh.
the fight. That's not what you...
No, it's not. All right.
He's still in a very safe spot for the second half, though. He'll have his wizard. He'll have, all the position he needs to get down the field.
Pepe Monster's going to eat a big
might
foul
not
here,
have
though.
This. Yeah. This is going to be a basically 100% armor break foul.
Yeah, but no dirty player on Horny Cricket's side here, so that's a little safer at least.
That's true. And who knows, maybe we'll see a big attrition fireball, but I highly doubt it's worth the value, especially if this wolf bites the dust. Yep, being careful, sending the wolves back to protect the ball and the scoring chance in case the wizard comes out.
He is committing to this. 100. Oh.
Well, we talked about in the beginning, that is arguably the biggest piece on WesC's team. And we were talking about how important the Mighty Blow Wolves are going to be to this game, and honestly, he's not been able to use that wolf at all this whole game.
KO off the field.
And then no send-off, so perfectly safe on Cricket's end.
I know the fireball might not be the best option right here, but I want to see it so bad.
Oh yeah, eight players.
I really want to see the fireball.
Weren't all regen players. You might see
just passing.
Honestly, I would foul the white.
Don't stand anybody up here to get punched.
I could see him actually fouling the white.
Oh yeah, that'd be a good move.
And I think he's going for it.
A little less support, but
Cricket shows no mercy.
This is the playoffs. You better not show mercy.
fouling at this point is a little greedy still, though, just because the number game in the second half, with Horny not having the bench, is a little scary.
He's got one bench still. Even if
he
gets the...
True.
He's got the bench still.
I see what you're saying.
Go ahead, Misty.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, but he does have... It's just a zombie. It's 40k. It's not an important piece at all. And if you can take out the white even for half of... Maybe he's KO'd and comes back later on in the game, it doesn't matter. It's a much more important piece, especially with the guard.
Yeah, with the one bench, it's pretty safe here.
And the KO.
There's the KO.
And the send-off. And that's okay. He's got another zombie. He's got his block kick zombie waiting in the wing.
He's certainly not fouling on turn 8, so...
Just passing. All right. Grandpa Beguile. Easy touchdown. Now we got to see the 2 KO. This is the big thing here. The 2 chances for KOs to come back.
Yeah, KOs and a little attrition, and we could be looking at a very safe second half for WesC's.
He still has the Wizards, so that's in his favor for his offensive drive.
Everybody
Yeah,
except for the one werewolf comes back.
If I'm WesC here, I'm getting a good foul on an important piece. I'm looking for some attrition, and I'm looking to hold on to that Wizard for overtime.
There's Lumi. I don't think there's any way that Cricket's going to allow for the one turn to happen here. He's got his 3 Stanford pieces.
Yeah. There's no Juggernaut on WesC's team, right?
Nope.
And I was just gonna ask you that. Would you put your Stanford pieces on the line, knowing that there's the potential for them to go down here with much of the game remaining? And I think it's worth it.
The Claw Mighty Blow Wolf is still KO'd. There's no reason not to just completely shut down the chance of a one turn, especially in playoffs. His wolves are protected.
Actually, you know what? He needs to pull his zombies back. With a frenzy werewolf, he could bring a zombie into a pushable position still.
But he needs the werewolf to, I guess.
He's got ghouls.
Well, in this case, to get the ghoul, he'd need, what, 4 pushes? And
Yeah.
there's one wolf that is...
That's true. He would, yeah. I mean, it might be possible, but I don't
If he had both wolves here, it would technically be possible, I think, but I think you'll just see a bunch of punching, trying to get to hate my hair if you can.
I mean, you don't need a frenzy piece for a 7 movement touchdown. You need 10 players, and he's got 11 and the frenzy piece, so I still think it's possible. Although the guard would make it really hard. And it doesn't look like he's setting up to try.
On this lineup, you can really see the big difference knocking out Ulrich the Disappointing is double the guard for Cricket. Means that going into WesC's drive, he's going to have a much easier time shutting it down.
Like I said earlier, I think the other big thing is that stand firm on Ulrich the Disappointing. When you're on offense and you're trying to, drive a wedge, he could have put him there and been certain he wasn't going to move unless he was taken out of the game, and now he's gone. And we've seen how much stand firm has kind of played a role in this game so far with coaches either using it to block off the wolf or lead it into a frenzy trap like in the beginning.
I would like to see Wes pushing a little more aggressively on the line here, just in case with a quick snap to get some free hits on the zombies, too.
I don't think he's set up to take advantage of the most of the hits either. He's going to have to do a blitz or 2 before he starts punching just to get the right assists in there.
If Pepe Monster doesn't come back after this drive, it's going to be a real tough game for Wesley. And I don't think he picked up any babes, just the wizard.
I mean, once again, you could attrition fireball here and hit both wolves and both ghouls, but it's just not worth it.
No, you're correct. He doesn't have any babes. He does still have the bride. He does still have the wizard.
Like I said, the bribe I don't think really helps Wesley here. Wesley didn't need a bribe with how deep his bench is and everything else. The bribe really helped Cricket to get extra fouls in.
I'm not sure I would have let him push me here, because now he's going to set up to foul that white.
That's true, but this also makes sure that he can't get a good hit on Hate My Hair.
As it is, what you can set up for a +3.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not gonna get it any better, even if he tries to blitz. Although I suppose he could make it. Nope, can't get in from that side.
He's really, right now, calculating how to do the most of the damage. You go for... You can blitz a zombie, I guess, and then you just go for the foul. There's just not any good blitz targets with the way the teams are set up. Is he just going to blitz the zombie with another zombie? And then go for his foul?
I mean, I'd blitz him with the wolf, but...
If you're going to blitz, you at least get the claw in there and get that armor 7 instead of 8, just for the extra chance.
Can't even see the wolf. I gotta take down all my my skills. I can't see the wolf in the back.
Oh. It's beautiful in a Norse or Nurgle versus Dwarf matchup. Again,
That's a frenzy trap again.
Frenzy trap here, and I'm not sure why. He had multiple options to have two die blocks there.
No point of the dodge, because Horny Cricket doesn't have a turn.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
The playoff nerves.
What's he doing? There's no way you go for a vanity pass in a playoff game before a foul on an important piece.
Maybe he thinks it's the second half already.
Yeah, he's not moving as though he's moving to protect the ball.
I don't think he realizes it's turn 8 at the moment.
And from what it looks like, if he's going to foul, it's going to be the flesh golem on the left, rather than the white.
I think you're right, Spoonie. I think he thinks that it's the start of the second half.
I mean, it's fair enough. I've made that mistake before, certainly.
I've done it as well.
Here comes the foul. Stick the boot into him. There's not been enough death this game.
3 plus a dirty player. Just a stun.
Just a stun.
Alright, let's see if this wolf come back.
And he stays out.
That is big. That is really big. I said it was going to come down to the wolves. All he's got left is the broadside spectacular.
Now you say that as if a blood spectacular wolf is a bad thing.
A blood spectacular wolf isn't a bad thing, but Cricket has one as well. He also has a claw palm wolf. And twice as much guard.
Aren't both of these teams first season? I know Cricket's Cricket's the second.
I do not know on the Wesley Wolves. And yeah, Sean, first turn zombie got blocked into dead, and later in the half, Ulrich the Disappointing got blocked into dead.
There's still not enough death. We haven't shown them the way of the Rel yet, since all of our Rel teams that have been winning are Wood Elves. There has to be more death and despair everywhere. But no, I mean, with the Wizard, he still has a chance to score. At least his Mighty Blow Wolf isn't out in the case that he makes it to OT. And because of his deep bench, he still has the 11 players. He's not going to be down players. He's just going to be down positionals, which, I mean, as a Brett coach, your positionals are basically your life. And then the same thing kind of goes for Necromantic, is every time they lose one of their positionals, they really, really feel it.
Yeah, he's going to be missing a lot of his power in that werewolf and the white. He's still got a lot of good movement, and the dodge is still there. With both the ghouls on the pitch, as long as they don't get killed too early here.
In hindsight, it was probably good that he didn't leave his ghouls on the pitch for the beginning, because once basically Harney had broken through, those ghouls would have been hunted down and basically lambs to the slaughter.
Let's see how this kick goes. We all know that when it comes to a blitz after blitz, oh yeah, extra reroll. That's a good kick for Wesley. Get the ball safe. Focus on dealing a little damage early on.
These teams need some kick zombies. Oh, he's on the line with a kick zombie.
Yeah, he has a kick zombie, but his foul getting sent off forced him onto the line. The Claw Palm Wolf is disgusting, Sean.
Oh, it should flat out not exist.
I'm super not excited to have to deal with it next season.
I'm just not excited to deal with Horny Cricket in general next season. I have him pegged to win it all in my bracket.
He has a tough go of it. If he wins this, it just got a little bit easier. I hate to say it, but Sage losing really helps out Cricket if he wins this match.
I don't know, that Wood Elf player played a pretty solid game, and elves be elves.
Agreed, but if he had to go through a mirror matchup Necro into a killer Chaos, it really hurts his push on the final bit through quarterfinals and finals and everything like that. So, having to deal with a slippery Wood Elf with a bunch of inducements isn't as bad. And not as many inducements. I think his War Dancer's back now.
Expect to see a lot of greed rerolls for the knockdowns this half with the 4 rerolls that we have.
I wouldn't.
I'd agree, Mike. I think that he plays for the overtime here, hopes that his wolf comes back, and uses the wizard.
Yeah. I think at this point, Wes's plan: save the wizard if he can, score once, and get to overtime. You do get those 2 KO rolls because of the bug when you hit overtime, so he's got a good bet.
Some nice stuns to start the half here. I bet he would have been hoping for some KOs at least on those armor breaks.
I don't think we'll see Cricket get too into it here. I think he's going to probably set up the screens and look for pieces to remove with Hate My Hair.
Absolutely. And at this point, this is when that bribe and the removals do start to come into play, because if you start removing pieces from Cricket, you go into overtime with an 8 team, 8 players versus 9 or 10. I mean, we can safely assume that Wes is going to lose a player or 2 this drive. Could start to get real interesting.
I guess the question is here, do we see a blitz from the werewolf? There's not really any good targets, and it'll play way too deep.
Yeah. I can't see it blitz.
Agreed. And do we see the foul on the zombie here?
I don't think so. I can't see the blitz because he's just gonna get put into a red dice again if he fails, and I can't see a foul on a 40, 60, in the case of the kicker, 80 TV zombie being really worth it. I mean, it's good for the numbers game, but like the zombie doesn't actually bring a lot to the necromantic team, and all of the positionals in Horny Cricket's team are safe there.
Yeah, Mike, he still has the bread. Oh, look. Zombie foul.
Into dead. But he does have to use the bribe now. See, I would have rather conserved the bribe for a positional. But he is dead and permanently dead.
He only has one bribe, Lumi. They have one bribe from a Get the Ref kickoff event. Dead block zombie. I like that. The reason I'm okay with the zombie boot stomp here is with all the guard and the setup.
Plays out well.
You're not going to get a lot of chances to foul a positional from Cricket here.
That is a super condensed cage.
WesC's cut a zombie, Lumi, to not give Cricket any inducement, and then he bought a wizard out of his own pocket. So I guess he could have spent all his money to get a bribe as well. No, he wouldn't have enough for a bribe. So yeah, he just bought the whiz out of his own pocket. Sorry, Lumi thought he had 2 bribes.
Cricket is happy here just to basically sit back and see what Wesley's going to do. He doesn't have to really force anything. He's got the positional advantage. He's got to be careful for the wizard. So there's no reason for him to basically go all base here, especially with such a condensed team that Wesley has. That team, Necromantic, is slow enough that it's not like he's going to be able to completely reverse size of the pitch that quickly.
I know 2 of them are zombies, but quite a few deaths. Not something you want to see in a playoff run. We were, Mike, talking about him trimming a zombie in the prediction table the other night. It's good to see he did. One of the few things I don't like about Werewolf Blitzers is they're so valuable, and the frenzy's so dangerous that a lot of times, like we've seen in this game, you have to forego the blitz.
I mean, he blitzed with his white. I mean, he's kind of baiting Wesley and here into his right side with Fred. It's basically most open, but of course he's got all of his positionals right there to basically catch up to the team the second he moves. And instead, that's probably just going to be a stand firm. He's got to be really careful with that to protect this wolf now, because you can bet Horny's going to take him out.
He's got to make GFIs too, or move a ton of pieces up. That wraparound for the blitz. I know it made it safe-er if you decide not to use stand firm, but
honestly, I would have gone. Yeah, I would have gone for Fred instead. He's out there, and you wouldn't have had that problem.
He's really considering the GFIs here. How well can he protect him if he doesn't GFI?
I don't think you can.
He can get a zombie in the white up there.
You can get a zombie right there, fine. You can't really put anyone in there to stop Horny from putting a guard piece on him and then just blitzing him with Hate My Hair. We're going to see a big foul on Frank, though. It's going to be a +4 as it stands.
+4 with dirty player. Taking out that flesh golem here would be just the thing Wesley needs to make this a close game.
So that makes this foul a bit, this splits onto the wolf a bit more unappetizing. Making a frenzy trap.
This foul is going to be super important here. I think so. I think Mike's right. Merke is asking, if a stand firm piece gets used versus a frenzy piece, does the frenzy piece still have to do GFIs? I think so, right?
I think so, and it doesn't really work properly in Blood Bowl. I believe in Fumble, if you had a stand firm piece and a frenzy piece hit you, they don't get the second hit. But in Blood Bowl, they do.
Spoonie?
Well, frenzy works when the push option is chosen, not if it actually pushes them or not.
Ah, then I was mistaken.
Only a stun on the flesh golem helps for this round. But with that much of a setup for the foul, you'd hope for removal.
Looks like he's setting up, maybe for the blitz on the wolf still.
I think so. He's going to run the other white guard around in front with stand firm.
Yep. He's got to pull his flesh golem back and do everything else first.
Grandpa Guile and Great Grandpa Guile. I didn't realize they were both Grandpa Guiles. Can run back to safeties.
I wonder if he just calls all of his ghouls Grandpa Guile, and he's just gone through like a ton of them this season.
Well, it's Grandpa Guile the third and Great Grandpa Guile, so maybe the third's died a couple times.
The other thing that he might be looking at right here, which is probably not worth it since he's, although he could do it with the sidestep wolf, is he can feasibly surf Eric the Slow. Although it might not be worth what he has to commit to get it.
Name Guile now being a throwback to his famous skink that he had for years.
I believe Guile's up on the free agent market right now as well. You can own Guile for your very own Lizardman team.
Don't tell Mike, he's listening. Yeah.
Are you going for the surf?
He's probably going for the surf.
I mean, that gets half of his guard pieces out. I think it's better than going for the blitz on the wolf, because the blitz on the wolf just leaves you open to getting wrecked on.
He's either gonna hit the wolf or he's gonna hit this frontal zombie.
No, he's going for the surf.
And he gets it.
A little bit risky with the one die there, but he didn't have much. He had good positioning.
And dodge out.
How's he gonna get? He's got his GFI. He's kind of safe, especially because this guy is sidestep.
Yep, no good counter surf options here at the moment.
Now that the other white and guard piece is out, I think we'll see Cricket get much more aggressive here. Now you want to stop the touchdown. Now you want to just go hard. Because you've got a wolf and a guard white out.
I think we'll see
Wesley,
the cross coming over from West this turn.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. There's a good hole there in the middle that if he can just bust it open a little bit farther, he can cross. into a very threatening area of the pitch to score. And the way things are going, he might have to score early, which is not ideal. I mean, if he conserves the wizard to do that, it still does look good, especially if he can get his wolf back. But ideally, I think you drag this game out, try and cause some more injuries, try and kind of leverage the numbers advantage that you came into the game with. Well, here's my problem with Necro, and I know it's your problem with Necro Stace, is that the team is really bad at moving together.
That's not my problem with Necro. That's somebody else's. That's somebody
I
else's
hate
problem.
to play them.
I know people have discussed it before that the team's bad at moving together. My problem with Necro is I want to play like it's a Bash team, but I don't have the strength of a Bash team. I want to play like it's an Agi team, but I don't have the Agi 4 of an Agi team. It's the same reason I don't like humans.
Or Bretonnians.
No, Bretts are hilarious to me. I love Bretts.
They are quite fun.
Necro's good. Necro just takes a much better coach than I am to do well with.
This is another frenzy trap if he takes this with his wolf. And I mean, Horny did just take a frenzy trap, but it was with the possibility of putting them off the pitch.
Oh, that is not a position you want to be in either.
It's a bit unfortunate because he's mostly closed off his avenue to change sides too.
Yeah, you didn't need to make that hit. That hit did nothing but put your wolf in a bad position and push a white over to the side that you'd want to rotate. I mean, what are your options here? Move back and I guess he's gonna try and go for a blitz. I think we'd try and see him still move over.
He's not going to be able to make a great cage here just because the zombies and ghouls can't move fast, or not the ghouls, but the zombies and the rest of his team can't move it fast enough. Some of these corners of this cage are going to be marked.
You know, these wolves have caused more problems than they've solved for Wes this game.
That's another very common Necro problem.
Also, sorry to Mr. Racky. The way it's set up on Twitch, it looks like Meraki. I didn't even notice it till afterwards. KO.
Oh, that's helpful.
On Bone Holio.
He needs to pull somebody back, cover that top left-hand corner though, because there's a possible one dice there. Yep, there we go.
It's still not even that safe. He can block down the werewolf, block down the flesh. Wow, he's letting him push. Okay.
I think he cares more about repositioning his stand firm piece than he does about blocking that zombie away from the ghoul.
I would have blocked the ghoul, blocked the zombie with the ghoul, blocked the werewolf down, blocked the flesh golem down, open up the cage.
I think he's seeing blood with the werewolf here, to be honest. He wants to kill it so bad.
I don't think Cricket gets blinded by blood.
He was a member of the REBBL. We all get blinded by blood.
We'll see a big hit on the werewolf, but he's going to get repositioned here. That stand firm is so strong.
I personally want to see if he does something
down on the cage here and bide his time.
I personally was thinking a bit like Sace, where I thought he was going to keep his white stand firm there so that he could break into the cage this turn, but there's no rush to make that risk.
There was an interesting chain push possibility if his white had still been further forward, but so he's just going to rely on his stand firm, take the blocks that he can get, and possibly mark up the carrier a little bit.
The other thing is he knows that Wesley can't score this turn, because even if he didn't have even if he had a clear path, he's one square away from the touchdown zone.
Where are we going to see the blitz here? I'm looking for the blitz.
I might, if I was playing, I might hit the ghoul next to the ball carrier and then just dodge out afterwards, because ghouls are nice, fleshy, soft targets. But I think instead we're going to see him hit this flesh golem, the corner of the cage.
That's dangerous, though.
He's got a ton of guard and stand firm pieces around there to back him up, though.
I'm thinking we see Fred go down and stand firm, stand right next to Stinky Joe, and just frustrate Wes.
Mike agrees with Miss Daisy. Move the fleshy up and blitz into the fleshy. Gets the guard up.
We do see it.
See, if he gets a push, you can even just do a push play here, where he just brings his wolf to safety by pushing through his, Oh.
It's the non-block fleshy. Ooh.
Ooh. Oh, nope, we're good.
And you also get the follow-up block on the zombie on the side.
What would you do? Push up the zombie, push up his ghoul?
Yeah. Push up the ghoul.
Oh. Now.
Stun.
I don't. Yeah, you're not going to pile on here because you got a tackle on the ball carrier and you've got enough guard that his wolf can't hit you.
Thick skull saving the day there.
Such a strong front wall. That flesh golem being stunned is big too. That's his last guard piece out for the next turn.
And the thing is, if you want...
That's a good question. Why didn't Wes use stand firm there?
Well, he does force Hate My Hair in and not let a 2-die happen on Frank, but I'm not sure if that's worth it.
I mean, even with Hate My Hair in there, all that guard's right next to him to stop any good blitz.
I mean, he could possibly get a 2-die in on Hate My Hair, but like he'd have to give up so much to do that it's not worth it. You'd almost certainly lose the ball right away, unless we're going to see a fireball here to make it a possibility. I don't think he's going to use the fireball that easily.
You'd hate to use the wizard at this point. You obviously do if it's your only way to score, but...
I'm not really sure how he's going to get the ball safe unless he, like, pulls back.
That's what I was thinking. You can pull back with your your fleshy and everything else. Then stand firm. Stand firm. Paying its weight in
Thing
gold
is,
here.
when he pulls back, the rest of his team is just going to get, you know, surrounded and slaughtered.
That flesh golem.
Stand firm, doing job.
Now where the... I don't know where he's going to get the ball safe now.
He could still pull the ball back, pull the flesh golem back to be like 4 squares behind Jumpy Joe, and just pull the ball back. I don't think. Yeah, there's nobody with the movement to really give chase right away. But I think the thing is, if he pulls back with the ball, his entire vanguard here is just going to get slaughtered.
That's correct, Napoleon. His vanguard would get slaughtered. Thank you.
You just missed saying Napoleon since he's dead.
Shh, he's back. He's just not good anymore. Blitz and run back. I mean, aside from a potato and pray, which is stupid, there's really nothing he can do.
He's gonna try and dodge out his wolf. Try to dodge out his wolf at the end of this. There's no tackle on him anymore.
Oh! Doesn't get the dodge.
And you foul that wolf.
This will let him get a 2-die on the ball.
Mm-hmm.
With a single go for it, it looks like.
It looks like it's 2. Unless you're talking about with the great Grandpa Guile.
No, I'm thinking, you know, the white blocks down Fred the zombie, freeing up Fred the flesh golem.
That hot Fred on Fred action.
Oh, I see what you
zombie
mean. Yep.
out.
I see it now. I was thinking the other way.
Yeah, no, there's a couple good ways. And really, you don't even need to hit the ball here if you don't. I mean, you can just secure the area and you'll be all right. Personally, I hit the ball every time I get the chance. It is a blodger, so not a great chance. You're not going to be able to use tackle, and I don't see a great 2-die.
Hitting the ball is a good way to bait out the wizard, too. Before overtime, when it becomes a huge problem. This is a tricky moment. There's no risk of a score, but do you pressure the ball? Do you reposition?
Nah, it looks like he's just trying to get all of his stand firm players into a good position. And he might go for the double GFI. Actually, he could get a good 2 dice on the ball if he moves up to stand firm white next to
Lots of good options.
Next to this zombie and blocks down the corner of the cage to get Frank in there. Then he can come around with this werewolf, I think. Should have the movement. But it doesn't look like he's going to risk it.
Just going to hold safe, force West to make risky moves.
Looks like he's even piling into where the ball is. The more dice Wes has to roll, the better for him, as long as he keeps one of these werewolves back as a safety.
Going for the Grumpy Joe. Has a chance to get rid of a ghoul, is going to go for it.
I think better than getting rid of the ghoul is going to get the stand firm piece on the ball. Now it's just a 2-die.
Is he really considering the piling on here? No, we're good.
He's getting into our heads.
He still has Fear My Firm in the backfield for a safety, so...
Now I picked the push here just to get on the ball, make Wes roll more dice.
And now he's out guarding everything.
You're very close to the realm of potato and prey here.
Not a lot of options with everything tied up here.
I mean, he still has a 1 and 9 dodge to go back, but I don't see what he's going to do to go forward.
Agreed, Lumi. He is going to need to roll out. And that's what we suggested, is that guard was going to play a big part, guard and stand firm. And Cricket's been just really good at removing the guard and setting up the big advantage.
That stun will be helpful. Honestly, his best shot right now might be to just basically flee as far down the pitch as he can and lightning bolt the 7 movement werewolf and hope that it's a stun or something.
He might do just that.
I wouldn't have taken that. Now there's a tackle on the ball. Oh!
Well, he clears the tackle.
He's got 4 rerolls. He's got 4 rerolls left.
You're going to need those for overtime. No.
Leslie says, I need that wolf out.
Ooh,
and
injury.
He gets him.
That's big.
And no regen.
That's really big. Well worth the reroll there.
Oh, definitely. He got a lot of his team free, too.
Cricket really needs to stop the touchdown here, though. If this goes into overtime, there's a chance that WesC's comes back with both his werewolves. His guard comes back. Overtime hurts Cricket more than anything right now.
We're looking at maximum of 8 players on Cricket's side for overtime. So, sorry, maximum of 9. Forgot that he had the bench to start. But that being said, there's no safe place to put the ball right now.
Didn't even need the claw on the injury. 9 on the armor, 6 or 12 on the casualty.
That sucks, Mr. Recky. I guess enjoy work. This is a really intense game. There's so much thought that has to go into every move here. Each player, West has made a few mistakes, and Cricket punishes, but each player is really having to think through every action here. What's up, Miraskadu? Gets the fleshy down. Where's he going with this?
What he could do is he could blitz this DP Fred, get somebody on the ball who stand firm. Oh, he did a 1-die.
No, that's good. Now he can get a 2-die. Right? You push him behind the ball carrier. No, you can get a 1-die.
2-die.
You can get a 1-die.
1-die. On a blotcher is not great.
Yes, Miraskadu. There is 3 dead. Two zombies and 1 important piece.
See, I'm not sure what he's going to do here, because it's really easy for West to just roll up the left side now.
Blitz, push. Blitz, push.
You can the option of the 2-die on Flesh Golem at the moment. But
he's going to push him out. I'm assuming, yeah, you're going to push the ball carrier out here.
Just push him back and make him fight for every square.
I can't see... No, you might pull around Grandpa Guile 3 just to base the ball carrier with him. Yep. Keep Fear by Fur in a good spot to react to anything. Great Grandpa Giles in a pretty good spot to react to any forward movement, so I wouldn't move him. Oh. Is he going to put him on the ball carrier too?
Yeah. Is he going to dodge through?
He uses dodge, but he does have 3 rerolls left in 4 turns. He might even just put him on Leroy Jenkins to try and keep him there.
That seems dangerous.
That does seem dangerous, but he can get around with either 1 dodge or 2 GFIs.
Puts him on the ball carrier.
And on Leroy Jenkins.
Now this is a dangerous move to make here, because a few decent blocks and Wes is down the pitch with nobody in front of him. We might rely on the 1-9 dodge here, but success from that ends up being pretty good over on the other end.
Problem is getting good blocks here.
Well, it's not that much of a problem.
He's still sitting on the wizard, too.
Middle Igor pushes in, and you get a 2-die on Chrome. As long as that's a knockdown, you're all right.
Can hand off and run out here as well.
I personally would move Grumpy Joe forward, start a screen, and then do the dodge before I move anybody else.
He's got a couple options.
Yeah, I mean, it's a 1 in 9 either way here. The failure state for the dodge failing is
I would
a
honestly...
little worse than the handoff, yeah.
Yeah, I would hand off, because if you hand off, at least everybody's still there. If you build the screen, then try and dodge...
I don't like where he pushed that white, because now it can be freed pretty easily.
I think it's going to be the handoff. I think it's going to be the handoff, and then he's going to try and screen.
There is the chance of a relatively greedy push play to get him out of there with no dice rolling, but...
No handoff.
Well, I mean, the dodge is arguably better than handoff because you don't need a reroll, except for the fact that... Ah, there's dodge.
That is good. This is a very safe place to stand over here.
I mean, there's a good chance that tackle is going to get onto this ball carrier for next turn. The tackle sidestep piece.
The werewolf's not in tackle. The werewolf can dodge out, and you can actually form a pretty solid cage.
Oh no, the cage is going to get made. I'm just saying, Horny Cricket's going to get his tackle on that ball carrier at the end of his turn.
Yeah. If this goes into overtime, Cricket's not in the best position. They both have 3 rerolls, but Wes has a chance of having both werewolves. His white with guard is coming back, which has been big for Cricket this turn. And he's still going to have his wizard.
Now, you can dodge here, but if that dodge fails, then there's a... Oh!
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 Gets it.
Oh, goodness.
That
one die on the blodger.
One is back here as safety, the other was injured, Mirascadio.
Now I think you maybe skipped a dodge here. Nope. His failure on that dodge gives you the easy 1 die.
What, you stand up, Crow, you block down Harry, you bring your ghoul back into play, you bring Talcum down, and then you blitz this Grumpy Joe and get your tackle on, right?
Might be his only option at this point.
And the score seems pretty safe. It looks like overtime at this moment. Wesley's burned through a couple rerolls that he didn't necessarily need to. He got rewarded with the injury for 1, so that's, in retrospect, it's easy to say, yes, spend that one. I didn't really like the 1 die on the Blodge Ghoul.
Frees up his white. Gonna see this white come around, stand in front of the zombie and ghoul. And we're gonna blitz this Grumpy Joe. That... Do you reroll now or reroll after?
If you're going to reroll, you reroll now, but I don't think he rerolls.
That's real rough. That shouldn't be much of a problem for him to clear.
Got to run the ghoul up now.
You gotta take you gotta put the ghoul on Leroy Jenkins. Wesley needs a POW to free, or he's gonna have to dodge. This might force Wesley to score this turn and give Horny 2 turns to try and score, but now, yes, it makes sense, but I don't like that spot because now he can be blitzed out really easily, even with sidestep.
Where would you move him?
I would have taken the risk and moved him 1 spot up, and then the zombie would have had to at least do another block before you do that. And I mean, sure, he has a chance of POW.
Yeah, but here the push is good enough.
Yeah, he moves the zombie forward once, and he blitzes. The thing is if he blitzes, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He needed 2 GFIs to get in scoring range if he blitzes with his ghoul. It's only 1 if he blitzes with the zombie now.
Miriscato agrees with you, Miss Days.
Yeah, you absolutely blitz with the zombie here. All you need is a push, a single go for it, and lobs your uncle.
Those things that all you need are not always what you get, especially because the zombie isn't a block piece. Makes it a little bit less appetizing.
But I mean, anything other than the 1 in 81 gets you clear.
Gets the POW too. So now you just dodge. Oh no, it's not going to do the dodge.
Now, see there, I would not have followed, because if you do manage to get the knockdown on the white. Oh, that's not the stand firm white. Never mind, that follows.
It's still only 1 GFI.
Yeah, I would.
And now none.
Yeah, now it's none.
Mm-hmm. Easy touchdown.
You don't stall here. I don't think.
I don't think I make these blocks now. Because if you screw something up, you're going to have to reroll. And you want to save that. Just score your touchdown.
I mean, Horny Cricket is sitting on 3 rerolls for overtime, which, while he's going to be down players, is...
down players and only has a movement-busted wolf. Not to mention he's up playing against a wizard.
He's got his 2 goals.
The wizard is huge.
It's huge. I know about wizards. I know more than anything about wizards. I tell experts about wizards. It's huge.
I understand being tempted to stall here. I just don't think you can do it safely.
I think you go for the touchdown.
I think he's thinking about blocking this ghoul with his wolf. Honestly,
no.
I think he's greeding.
No, I think if you are looking at the stall here, you run your ghoul down, and you dodge Leroy around and blitz the white. But I don't believe in that.
That is true. With 2 turns, people are talking to 2 turns, Cricket can really force him to burn the wizard to stop a touchdown.
Yeah, and the thing is if Cricket really wanted to, Wesley doesn't have enough stand firm pieces to stop a 1-turn attempt now. Yeah, he goes for the stall.
Wow.
I don't like that. There's a ghoul right there that can hit you. And he just dodged a flesh golem.
And burns a reroll for it.
Oh, you do not use the reroll there. Oh my.
Now, it's not going to free anybody up. But
So
wait
this
a
is pretty...
This...
1 die into a 1 die.
No, this can be a 2 die. If he puts the ghoul there to give an assist, and he takes the 1 dice with his Talcum 4, and gets the guard there, then he can come down with Fear My Fur, dodge away, come back up. He's got 2 assists against 1. Yeah, I think that's what I would do.
Yeah, I don't think it was a misclick, guys. I think he just wanted to get that flesh golem in for the screen.
I mean, you definitely try to walk him over there, but I don't think you used the reroll on that dodge.
No, especially since it's clear that you're playing for overtime now.
I think... Oh, no, he's not going to do it. I'm not... I would have done that. I would have gone for the 2 die there.
And
You still got the 2 die.
Go for a 2 die.
I meant with tackle.
Does he reroll for this? Yeah.
I would reroll for it.
Push him onto your tackler.
Push him onto your tackler. I mean, it's not perfect because he can get off, but he has to roll dice. Honestly, at this point, you might even try and dodge your own flesh golem and put him there.
Yeah. You don't free anything up by attempting that dodge, so...
But I would have gone for a riskier play and gone for the 2 dice with Fear My Fur, who's got the tackle, and Frenzy.
It wouldn't have mattered, though. It was pushes onto pushes. Ooh! That time there's a flip. Wow!
That's pretty big.
That's really big.
Yeah, it's going to make it hard. He's going to have to do a 1 dice here.
Well, he does have the Blitz onto Talcum the 4th. And if that's a knockdown, it's just a 1 dodge out. But it's not beautiful.
And if it's not a knockdown, it's not pretty.
That's true, Mike. Mike was talking if he did the blitz with Fear My Fur, it would have been 6 dice instead of 2, even with the pushes.
Yeah, that's what I meant. It wasn't much riskier play, though, because it needed the 1 dice to get Talcum in there.
Oh!
That's the wizard.
And into an injury.
Oh, you gotta be upset when if you're Horny Cricket now. He didn't regen.
That's both.
That's
whoops.
brutal.
That is pretty
I think
big.
those are the only hits his Wolves took this game in the route.
That's all his tackle, too, isn't it?
Oh. Oh, okay. There's all of WesC's rerolls, though.
Yeah.
This is going to be an interesting OT.
We do go to overtime, but
He makes it. Yeah. Overtime, no rerolls, no wizard, but both of the werewolves are cleared, and you have a very good chance of getting both your werewolves back. This is getting interesting. It's been interesting. It's just getting nuts.
Werewolf stays out.
He's got one more chance, though. No, I don't think knockouts don't come back on overtime, correct?
No, he's got 3 more chances. He'll have 1. No, wait. No, 2. It's bugged, at least it has been, so that they end up getting 2 KO rolls when you go into overtime because it counts as both a kickoff and the start of a new game.
Cricket desperately needs for there to be a
Yeah, you're right. It
for him to win the coin flip after this. If Cricket doesn't win the coin flip, it's going to take just like a failed roll somewhere for him to be able to get at this ball, and it's going to need to be a big one.
And that's the movement 8 goal. Not enough players, I don't think, for the 1 turn.
He's got a movement 8 rule, so if he gets a quick snap, he could feasibly do it, I think. It's going to be really ugly, though. In fact, he might just want... It might be better to get a riot at this point than a quick snap.
Yeah, your odds are certainly better with the riot, I think. And Wes obviously more worried about a riot than the 1 turn here.
This is just a rough game.
There's only 1 mighty bone left on the field for Horny Cricket. Still has all his guard.
The fact that both of his wolves went down to basically the first hit of the game is super rough.
Has Regen saved anyone yet this game?
It saved Wesley's first wolf. The one that's KO'd now, I think. Right?
No.
It saved somebody.
Oh, yeah. One of the wolves regened. Maybe it was that one. One of the werewolves
So
regened.
1 out of 6 is regen.
None of the regions have held for Cricket, though. What's he doing here? Setting up for the...
He's setting up in
Hoping
case
for a
there's a
riot.
riot.
Yeah.
It's a safe bet. Attrition is not super likely, and you're still getting your free blocks if you don't get the riot. You get a quick snap, you get a free few hits here still. Try to take out Eric the Slow.
Oh,
That's big.
Nope.
that's very big. Slightly bent. I don't know if you risk the foul here when you're already down so many players.
I don't think you can.
He's got to knock somebody over before he gets the foul. And that's not happening.
Wesley getting a reroll is really big.
Yeah, no, that's huge. I mean, 1 reroll is enough for a successful Necro offense.
Cricket's really going to need to make sure that he... Well, I don't know how Cricket wins this if he doesn't win the coin toss.
A blitz.
Well, if they do get stuck in and everybody's butt to butt, Cricket still has the strength advantage with all of that guard.
Hey, the first KO rolls looks like didn't wake up. He's out.
Yes.
Wow.
Big coin flip. No.
He's out, but Cricket's on defense.
Oh, Cricket, I am so sorry.
It's going to be real hard to stop score, especially with golden goal.
That would have been 1, 3, 5? Yeah, 5, Mike. 5 failed wake-ups. The Wolf doesn't want to come back in.
I mean, he only got fouled repeatedly for the whole first half.
The hardest thing is here, he has no tackle.
He's got no tackle. He doesn't have the enough players. He doesn't have a werewolf. It's rough.
I think you'll just see nice safe red carpet down the sideline.
He desperately needs a blitz. Notice this time he's pulled his kicker off the line.
Yeah, kick's important. Kick is short, hope you get a blitz. Channel some Morka right now.
Kick short, kick opposite side of the werewolf, now that the werewolf's set up on the left.
1 and 9s do happen, so even with that reroll.
So, how many rounds of overtime do they play before it goes to that dumb coin flip thing?
1.
So
the
other
8
option,
more turns for each team.
The other option, which is insane, is that he kicks it super, super deep and just tries to stall.
There's no way he can hold. There's no way he can hold that many turns.
If it was a Kemri team or, a nice slow Nurgle team or something, maybe.
He needs a blitz, a pitch invasion, or something like rain, which is just going to make it impossible for Wesley to pick up the ball.
Short kick to the right. I'm waiting for it. And nice weather. He kicks it deep. You're right, he kicks it way deep. Wow, Miss Daisy called that one. No rain, no blitz, no nothing. Just a nice deep kick.
Wesley will need about 4 turns to score at, and with where that ball is right now. It's going to really take a miracle for him to actually hold him off for a full 8 turns. But Nuffle is a cruel and unforgiving god. Like, if Wesley fails to pick up here and has to reroll it, that's...
I don't think you reroll it this first try.
Not when it's back there and safe. No, you save it.
Next turn, when it inevitably is bounced back into your end zone and has a chance of scattering out, maybe.
God, I hate that.
And here comes the werewolf blitz.
Now, We can probably expect to see a foul here too.
I don't see none. You've got a huge amount of numbers. Blitz the white. Foul of Fleshy. Seal the deal. I mean, you could be argued that you don't risk the double and keep your superior numbers advantage, but a zombie for a Fleshy when he's down to 8 players already.
My reasoning is that the zombie's worth Fleshy standing up right now, too. You just mark him and wander off. If you if you foul, then you have the chance of losing your player while he keeps the flesh golem.
Ooh, gonna get a nice punch on a wolf here, and I'm sure he'll dodge away.
He lets him push him too. That's good. Eats up more move. Pulls him in.
Protects his Fleshy from an assist here for the foul, actually.
It's so hard to think of tools that Cricket has to make something happen here.
He honestly just has to hope that Wesley fails something.
I think he's got to get his whites downfield and start forcing things.
Yeah, I think you hope for a failed pickup and you try to run your ghouls around the sides. Try to get your whites around as far as you can, and
I don't like that movement there over the left side. He can easily stand that Fleshy up, blitz the zombie, and basically get his team in between Wesley's team and...
He'll back it up with another zombie.
Oh, no, the zombie comes. Never mind.
the pickup's good.
And the 6.
I don't think you're elfy enough here to keep him from getting a safe cage next turn.
I think you gotta be Elfie though. I don't think if Cricket plays this safe that there's any way he can stop this. Is the problem.
Yeah. I agree.
It's gotta play like a man possessed. What, you think you try and blitz that zombie on the right and move your ghouls around? I think they're not fast enough.
That's just rough. I'm trying to think here. Blitz the werewolf.
He's got no good blocks. I mean, he can blitz the werewolf, but it's a blodge step. It's a blodge step.
And you have no tackle.
He's gonna bring the guard in. Okay. Is still not doing too hot.
I think he's gonna hope for a POW on the werewolf. Hope for a POW on the werewolf. Get your oh no. Yeah, okay. Get your ghouls through, hope for a POW on the werewolf. Tie up as much as you can.
Get a ghoul through at least.
Yeah, and because of Wesley getting stuck in here, all that guard gets to come into play.
I'm not sure if the guard's going to save him from this numbers advantage, to be honest. Not like that.
And it will certainly make it harder to get a safe cage up this next turn.
Now it's a good sidestep. Get his wolf free. Just do what it wants. Unless something drastic happens, I expect Wesley to score on turn 20. So he's made it clear that that ghoul is what's going to be blitzed, which means pulling the werewolf back.
Gets the POW. Ghoul holds, though.
It's going to be fouled. That's right next to a down DP.
Yeah, he's moving up to assist with the foul.
I still don't like the foul here. The only way you see the numbers come back in Cricket's favor is losing people to fouls.
Oh, there goes the reroll. Or
Yes,
maybe he'll save it.
I might save it here. I just take the double skulls. Nope, there it goes.
I would have saved it myself. Your ball's not in danger. You're okay.
I can understand it though, because if he didn't reroll that, he did risk basically that entire side getting blocked down and losing all the presence he built up there. But still, even with that reroll, I don't see, barring another double skull somewhere, Wesley having any problems closing this one out.
We're not going to put it past Cricket yet. If he can put pressure on, force rolls, something's got to give.
He's letting all of his stand firm pieces get pushed here.
Well, yeah, you don't want to be all tied up. You need to have something for you to move around.
This is a 1 in 9 with the Harry.
Block and then into a 4-person assist foul.
Even where we are at the moment, there's not...
I mean, he's not moved his... Okay.
It's not a great place to move the ball forward at the moment.
He is going to foul now. With that move, he's going to for sure foul. Question is, does he block first?
He does not.
And there's the injury.
These fouls are just tearing Horny apart. Oh, and that's a retire.
It's a dead ghoul.
One's SPP. He wasn't a necessary goal in the first place, but now that side of the field's nice and safe.
I wouldn't
Don't let
take
that one
block.
die.
Yeah. Free up that other white for no reason.
Thing is, what do? You could do a GFI and then take a hit at this wolf, but don't think you can get to the ball. I mean, he could double GFI to put a stand firm on the ball.
Yeah, you would need 3+ and 2 GFIs to get to the ball.
I don't know. I feel like you blitz a white that's it. This white here, Eric the slow, just because he was in range with one of your whites. Do you throw somebody on the ball? I mean, you kind of have to just try and force them to make rolls.
You're not really going to be forcing him to make any worthwhile ones here, though.
Otherwise, you just like stick your guard in on his wolf and then try and punch it in the face.
I think at this point of your cricket, you hope for another dub skull.
You just throw zombies and people at him until it works.
You keep a nice safety. You make sure he has to throw lots of blocks, preferably without block, and
With that, we're definitely seeing the punch on the wolf.
Yeah.
He might even re-roll it.
Maybe, actually, yeah.
Oh. He's got to have that guy standing up.
No.
And he's stunned.
that is rough.
I think I would have rerolled there. You got to. There's not going to be a lot of good options for blocks or blitzes.
The way things are going, what you're going to end up having to see is a dive for double pow into a cage. If that's his line's buckling and it's not going to hold much longer.
Both wolves do have tackle, but both wolves are out.
Not sure how much I like the.
Oh. It doesn't even matter if it regens or not.
I think that's. So we've got 2 retirements a team, or deaths or retirements a team right now.
One's a zombie. Zombies don't count as people. And one's a ghoul and one's a dead zombie. So 1 and then zombies.
Still hesitating to move the ball up. He's just gonna sit back and kill everything.
That's fine. Point. Barring a miracle, and even if he dub skulls anywhere here right now, nothing's close enough to threaten the ball, so it doesn't even matter. Just sit here and punch people. Three die. 2 die. This is such a rough position to be in for cricket. He had such a demanding first half. He played really well through the second. It was just the fact that both werewolves took 1 hit and then didn't regen.
One and done.
Regen didn't work until after the point that it was useless. Is he gonna foul?
Oh, he's definitely gonna foul. Why not?
Yep.
His strategy is sit back and kill everything. Might as well. Literally every foul he's been doing like recently has just been a KO or an injury. It's basically how we turn the scales of the game.
Just a stun and doesn't get sent off.
And this is what we were talking about before. Now it's basically horny with no positionals, and his whites are stunned. He doesn't have basically anything left to stop this.
I think next turn we'll see.
And a 1 die pow.
Oh,
if this injures Guile,
that's just disgusting.
Into a armor break and a stun.
Oh, that's just stun. Yeah. All right, well now you're safe to move your ball.
Next turn you'll see him move up for the easy score.
So, I think the REBBL the REBBL curtain may be broken on playoffs, boys.
Oh, my bracket. My poor bracket.
My
the theme of the
ruined.
bracket so far has been relatively big on upsets. Most people pick
I
Men in
like this.
Tights as the winners, but other than that, here we are.
Doing what he can to protect his school here.
I don't even think he's protecting his goal. He's just trying to get something free. Now he has 2 pieces free at least for a second. All right, well. You can have the safest move up in cage here.
I mean, he has to remember he needs 3 turns worth of movement to score here. I mean, I don't think he's going to make that mistake like we've seen with other playoff games, where he's going to leave himself out of range at the end. But
you mean in his 5 turns to make a touchdown against?
in his 5 turns to make a touchdown against 1, 2, 3,
6 players.
6 players, 3 of which are on the ground. I mean, he's going to get fouled again.
This game was played so well by Cricket, too.
Sometimes the dice just don't like you.
I would have re-rolled that white on the GFI.
I would have re-rolled that GFI too, but I still think that it would not have made a difference.
I think it's been pretty solid play from both teams. There's been some choices I wouldn't have made, but I'm not every coach, so.
I will say that with what happened with WesC's Werewolf, at the beginning of the game, he's very lucky that it's only been. That's the one that was KO'd, right?
Yeah.
Eventually.
Mm-hmm.
He's lucky it was nothing.
Led into
He's
danger
lucky
by
he
his
even had
own
the
coach and
rolls.
then stomped on for an entire half.
I wonder if that guy's still gonna have a perfect bracket.
Who knows?
No, wait, no. Horny Cricket was saying that he said Horny was gonna win. So either he's the prophet and something amazing is gonna happen, or he's just a false prophet.
Is he trying to decide who to blitz?
Yeah, this is what that is.
Gets him down. This has been a grueling game. 2 hours.
Yeah. Ooh, and a stun.
You gotta move your cooldown now.
Leave a few zombies to mark up the white.
Literally, he can box in the entire team now. No problemo.
Despite all his rage, he's still just a cricket in a cage. This is rough. You don't foul
This
again
is
here.
so rough.
Oh, you do?
Oh, he's fouling.
Okay.
Now, if this is a send-off, he's starting to run out of time to move.
Send-offs, those don't happen.
Ref is not in this game. He ate the bribes and then went off to buy lunch.
Whoa.
Whoa. What are you...
Okay.
Okay. So you're just finding... Yeah. Where you can't be blitzed? Why not start moving on the side?
I was gonna say I was gonna take that one. I would have taken that one dice if he presented that, even through 2 stupid dodges. And honestly, it's not super hard for him to get somebody on the ball carrier now. He stands as 1 guard white. He blitzes with the other one. It's a 1 dice. It's not perfect, and then he'll have to do a dodge.
I don't know, Mike. Mike's asking if Wesley knows that it's a golden goal. If he knows that when he makes a touchdown, it's over. He might not, which might mean we'll see a couple more turns of stalling. And that's what you risk. Now Guile's free.
Yeah. Well, for how long though? Yeah, I would stand up. Yep. Oh,
He's gonna smack the wolf with his flesh golem.
that is a good play. If only it paid off. Still, he's getting a lot of people tied up. He's doing what he can do. Don't like where the sidestep went because there's a lot of guard on him now.
Yeah, I think you dodge out the white as well. I would have just taken the sidestep straight back.
Honestly, I stand up to this stand firm guy and I just go for YOLO dodges. And nope.
No reroll still? I don't know where Cricket thinks he's going to use both these rerolls.
I think he's hoping for a 1 die on the ball, and he might save it for that. He has kept a lot of players tied up. Even now, there's not a safe cage you can make without throwing a block first, and without any rerolls, throwing a block is scary. I suppose there's one.
Yep, now that Horny's brought his people forward, just run it up. Make a standard cage. What's he gonna do about it?
Now, if he had moved that zombie first, you could actually get this cage in a place where none of the blocks.
Yeah, I don't like. Okay, that's a little bit better.
This is sad to see. I'm trying to think of ways Cricket can pull this out. And if there's anybody that can do it, it's definitely Cricket. But I'm not seeing it. Has anyone found a good option here for him? Dive deep with Guile? Go for a double pow?
I mean, if Wesley sets up right, that's the only thing he's gonna have. Although, okay, Wesley needs to be careful now with where he blocks, because he's not gonna let that stand firm.
Yeah, just let him push him in. Yeah.
If that was just a push, it could have been really bad. But alas, it's not. So.
Even then, he still had the blitz for him.
Then here comes a foul very shortly. This is gonna be rough.
You could get a 1-die.
On the ball?
Yeah.
It's an ugly 1-die, and it needs there's a dodge in that's really ugly, but you just gotta take it at this point, right?
I don't see where he thinks he could reset and stop this touchdown if he doesn't just start taking risky plays like this to get the ball down.
What is it? It's agility 3 though, so it's what? 3, 4,
I don't even
5,
think
6 plus?
Who cares about the odds at this point? You gotta do something.
Okay. So he can do 2.
4,
He can
5, 3, 2, 2.
He can do 2 GFIs, a 4 plus dodge, and a 5 plus dodge to get the 1 dice, or he can just do the straight up 6 up.
Yeah, the odds are definitely with the 6. Which he's not taking.
He's not moved his ghoul yet.
Oh, fair enough.
I would make it with the ghoul with the auto. Oh, nope.
Is he gonna go for it
What
with the white?
is he doing?
Is he just gonna
He's going for it.
just blitz
He's
down the
just
zombie?
For something.
He's blitzing down the zombie. Move the white in, I think.
And that is a
He's
both
considering.
down.
He's considering the reroll.
He has to reroll this. If he doesn't, the white this ghoul just runs away. I mean, what is the play now? I mean, it has been 2 hours. But as long as Wesley makes a GFI or 2, even with this plus movement,
I don't think Cricket's
Great
been willing to
Grandpa
take
Kyle's not going to be
any.
able to catch up.
Cricket hasn't been willing to take any of the dice this game. He's been playing it exceedingly safe in times where I don't think safe play is going to get him anywhere.
What did he save the reroll and then he dodges in? Nope. He dodges a zombie. Which, sure, it's fine, but I don't see it getting him anywhere. The thing is, though, he's got a lot of guard in him now on all of these pieces of Wesley's.
Yeah, but barring a 1 in 36 on Bones the zombie, there's nothing stopping Wesley here.
At least he's going to have to roll some dice.
Not even really. Like, as long as he brings his white around and blocks the zombie off and just, you know, runs away with Stinky Joe, the game is mostly over. The only thing then would be a crazy white dodge with a ton of GFIs. I'd have moved him another space over. Oh wait, nope, GFI.
You just move him up one space out from the zombie, so the zombie has to dodge into your ball carrier's tackle zones.
Yeah, there's little, if anything, that's stopping Wes now. Stand firm.
Why block here? Leave everything tied up.
If he doesn't block down this white can dodge, and with one
true.
GFI get a block. He needs to block down the white, at least.
I mean, right now you do have a 75% chance block, or dodge, with the zombie to get the 1 die. So you do want somebody finishing up that cave. You do want to deal with the white.
Now, I still
Dodge the werewolf out?
dodge the werewolf out, sure, but everything it's gonna do now is either 1 and 9 or or this last block he has. And if he dodges Grumpy Joe out and fails, then this is a really good shot at 2-die on this ball carrier still. These stand firm pieces are dutifully preserving any chance that Horny has left.
No knockdowns, wow.
Now he's gonna either have to try and dodge or just suck it up.
I think you have to go for the dodge there.
Yeah, that's ugly. Still a fairly easy 1-die on this fairly easy 1-die on the ball.
Unless he wants to make GFIs with Grumpy Joe. Even then, I think he'd still get the 1-die.
He's gotta make a dodge and GFIs with Grumpy Joe, which I'm not sure I like. It's much better off there. That's gonna help out and make it harder. But even then, all this white needs to do is do a dodge. Actually, no, that's not where I would put that zombie. The white won't even need. Yeah, the white's not even gonna need a dodge now.
Yeah, block the zombie down. Well, stand
up, Frank.
Block down the zombie. Blitz with the white.
Ah, this is killing him. His ghoul's not failing the dodges.
Now he's gonna have to make a dodge.
Have to do the dodge.
Yeah, but he can also free up a ghoul.
I mean, we've seen a lot of 1-die pals on Sage's game.
Okay. Again. He can get a 2-dice here. It's a risky play, but he could block down this zombie that's tying up his plus movement ghoul. He could run around the side. 2 dodges and tackle, and then 1 dodge away from tackle. They're all 4+, so that's 50, 25, 12% to do that, plus the dodge. I mean,
I think he's better off with the 1-die.
Take the 1 and 6.
Yeah.
But if he fails the 1-die, he loses the game. Is the thing.
Possibly.
If he doesn't get a knockdown, although he can knock it into the zombie and do a ridiculous uphill block, but
I think you just go 1-die.
I mean, even marking the goal makes Wesley roll more dice, and that 1 in 36, that 1 in 9 could happen.
Ooh,
Here
no.
comes a reroll.
Definitely reroll this.
Okay. Come on.
That's not a blitz. Oh, wait, it's a
blitz.
Oh.
Good game.
That's game.
That was well played by both teams. The dice fell for Wesley, and here we are.
That wizard really just paid for itself big time this game.
Yep, regen not holding for Morning Cricket.
And that breaks the rail stronghold on the starting playoffs.
The 18 armor breaks to the 14.
The deep bench coming into play.
Deep bench coming into play big.
The rough thing here for WesC's Wolf is he's down the white moving forward. I don't know what he rolled on winning, but he just spent quite a bit, so he might not be able to pick up another white for his next game. And his MVP just went to a zombie. Let's look at the stats here.
A dead zombie.
Yeah.
55
As is
blocks.
tradition, the MVP goes to the dead guy.
70 blocks for Wes.
Dagger to the heart for Horny Cricket.
That's both. That's 2 Super Bowl champions out. Are we gonna see Sandoon go out in the first round as well?
Who's Sandoon again?
Sandoon is Shadow Hill Cowboys.
Do we have all the Super Bowl champions in playoffs this year?
We have 3: Sage, Sandoon, and Cricket.
What about the other champion?
That would be season 2. I don't know who the season 2 Super Bowl champion was. You're gonna have to ask Lumi. That's
I can't remember.
All right, well, boys, that's for sure every bracket out. Lumi is safe from getting a switch. Thanks for watching. It's been grueling 2.5 hours of this game. Both coaches played exceedingly well. And we'll see you with the rest of the playoffs. I'm going to stop the stream here. Say goodnight, folks.
See you
Beautiful
later.
game all around, boys. Have a great night.